Blessings, beautiful being, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have once again my best friend Onni here, and we had a bit of a chat today. We hang out, and we thought like, hey, why not make another video about some spiritual topics? So we actually came up with a very unique topic that is called the two paths: righteousness versus will. So, Oni, do you want to take off with this one?
Yeah, sure. We were chatting like we always for months noticed that we have some very different takes on the spiritual path, and since there are like a billion of them, like we figured we'd like pronounce it a bit. Like Klaus here is very he can like take teachings from his mentors, and this like what comes from above and guidance and what angels tell like encourage him to do.
Yes.
And then again, I have very much like even rebellion against my angels. Like, I can go like hey, keep you, or I'll smoke cigar, I'll drink beer, while being spiritual.
Yes. Yeah, so basically what I believe in, and what my mentors such as Twin Ray, Sananda Shekina, Muji, Eckhart Tolle, Osho, some of these mentors, what they all preach is the path of righteousness, the path of purity. Even my mentor Sananda from Twin Ray, he says that and this guy has achieved, in my opinion, the ultimate nirvana that there is. When I look at him, there's just pure bliss in his face, pure love. But basically, he talks about how he believes that 98% of this path of quote-unquote enlightenment is purification. Now, what does it mean? I think what we can do is I can first talk about purification, and then Oni will take off and he talks about his path.
I will disprove it.
And also disprove it, yeah. He'll disprove it, yes. I'll at least try.
I'll try, yes.
Yeah. He'll try to disprove it. So basically, yes. How I see it, and again, this is what I learned, and of course some of it is my own experience. But I learned a lot. I believe in mentors. I believe that if you're on a spiritual path, you should have a mentor, because a mentor can save you so much time and hassle. And when Sananda talks about this spiritual path being 98% purification, basically what it has to do is with chakras. So we all have 7 main chakras in our body, wheels, energy centers where energy is moving. And we also have this thing called Kundalini energy. Now, what happens with this spiritual awakening, and like whether you went through trauma, you met a soul like a twin flame, for example, whatever it was that triggered your awakening, typically your Kundalini starts arising in your body, and then it wants to start going up like this, up, down, up, down, up, down. The problem is, for most of us, even for us, we don't have our chakras fully open. So then what happens is there's a lot of like these symptoms and blockages that then prevent us from feeling fully alive, if that makes sense.
Yes, and my point would be that's all fine and good, really. Yeah, like you have chakras blowing up and you need some guidance and you seek the guides and mentors and angels and stuff. I'm like, yeah, sure. I just feel like you can have like in your life like 5% can be the mentor, and you can actually like peep up your chakras like on purpose and just do the wrong decisions you do again and again until you get it right. And I don't feel you need to have like all the angels and all the mentors and all the running around. I just feel like it can be pretty like.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I also feel like lately this is just coming from me personally. I have realized that I have been sinning a lot lately. All my life I have been sinning. And when I say sinning, I don't mean like really doing like a bad thing. Like in Christianity, they say, oh, you just sin, you go to hell. No. Like in a way where sinning means, again, this is from my mentor, missing the mark, taking an off step. You just miss the mark. It's as simple as that. So for me, for example, the biggest has been watching porn. And it's like, okay, like Klaus, like, come on. everybody watches. But I'm like, well, I don't want to watch it. Like, when I don't watch porn, do you realize who I become? I don't know if you can see the difference. But when I don't watch porn, I become angelic. I start to feel people's feelings, my own feelings so much as well. When I watch porn, it numbs me out, but for some reason I'm so fucking addicted to it all the time because of my sexual energy and I can't control it. And then the universe, and Anya, we just talked about this, how like, I'm like, please send me somebody. How, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, it's for me, like, missing the mark. I really agree with this view on sin. It's for me, missing the mark is that I don't spend time in nature. And for me, it doesn't come from an angel or a mentor to like go in nature. I just have to like stop playing my video games and smoking my cigars and go outside. And I feel like that's like
it's much more simpler.
Yeah. I feel many guidelines are actually very obvious, and all that teacher stuff can be a bonus, and all your inner guidance can be a big bonus.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, still, like, I'm not telling you to not to like follow your inner guidance. Like, even we talked about this, both of us, all we do is when we talk to each other, we call this the soundboard or the sound wall. Our conversations are like therapy because we can talk about anything. And also this applies to not just with your friends, but obviously with your friends, like, you should have this like sacred bond. But then to anybody you talk with, I actually use this, is that I just talk with them, and then I'm talking also at the same time to their higher self. And then their higher self gives me instructions. For example, I was like, okay, because I was thinking about this a long time, I was like, which one should I do? Should I start my agency? Or should I resume starting to do YouTube videos? And it was pretty clear that I should start doing the YouTube videos. But then also with the twin flame thing, I was like, I'm not too sure if I want to start.
Yeah.
And only you actually before, yeah. So I was not too sure if I want to do that. But basically, I was using these people, my mom and also the nurse here, as a soundboard.
Thinking out loud.
Thinking out loud, exactly. And then their higher self told me, like, Klaus, yeah, you should probably do the videos. So I was like, okay. And it makes sense because I suffer from mania. Only also. We both sometimes, yeah. It's fun, we love it, right? But we have to approve it. That's why we are that's why we are where we are. But basically, yeah, do you wanna like comment on that?
Yeah, I'd like to take that. I feel like for me, good guidance or good ideas are such that they basically work with anyone. Like you don't really have to be like an angel or perfect. If you strive to be perfect, is it something that anybody could do or should do in ways that anybody should like aspire to, or do you do something else that is like something that like what your mom would find a good idea? I find it good to be for the path to be a bit agreeable. If you're having arguments all the time, then you might be trying to be perfect, or you're trying to make life perfect. And I just feel that there's this like kind of compromise in between these two that gets you off like easier, you know.
Yeah, and Onni has definitely. We just talked about this as well. Where so I have been struggling a lot lately to just feel like, all my life, honestly, like feel like I'm part of this earth. And that's what Onni and I, we don't like the word grounding per se, but like, especially him, he doesn't like it, but like, we found a better word for it, which is like being animalistic. So for me, for some reason, I feel ashamed of my own animal self, the animal urges I have, because I have been ashamed of that, and I have been ashamed, like, I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why I'm ashamed of my animalistic nature, which I have a very strong, for example, a very strong sexual urge I have. But what do you think, only like, because we just talked about animalistic self, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I gaze upon the spiritual teaching and the word and the conversation and discussion. I spend a lot of time on forums answering questions and posting like creation story myths and stuff. And what comes up to me is like, I see a lot of people as if I was at a forest and I see a bunch of beavers longing for heaven. Like beavers, like when do we get to heaven? Yeah. We were talking about doing like the beavers should be building a dam while they like live in the forest.
So even though even though we're human beings, we should also be human doings.
Yes, human doings. And
And we haven't heard this advice in the spiritual community. It's always like, transcend, become.
Transcend, nirvana is there and there and there.
Exactly.
Heaven.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I have to say, as the last thing I want to say is definitely like, Onni is one of the happiest people I know. He smiles, he laughs all the time. So definitely like, that's why I want to bring him on this channel, because I don't think it's pretty rare to get this type of insight from somebody who has lived this spiritual path now for a while and who has a different idea. And I want to mix, that's why I want to bring him on multiple times, and we'll continue for sure, because it's helpful for him, but also for you as well to share. So I think that's pretty much all we want to share. I hope that this was helpful. Make sure you hit this video a big like for both of us, for Onni and me. Big like, 2 likes if you can. Yes. 3 likes. And also comment below your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new.
Any questions, we'll answer.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. See you. Love you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.